Hi, this is Justin Coyle, and I'll be discussing how to assess information needs for strategic information systems. This presentation is for the class on Information Systems for Healthcare Management, taught by Dr. Alemi at USF, and is based on an article written by him for the course. Policymakers, executives, and planners use strategic information systems to aid in making operational, managerial, and strategic decisions. It's not easy to anticipate what information will be needed to make future strategic decisions. A big question when developing such a system is what information should be collected and made available in hopes that it will be needed, and what should be deferred until the need arises. The most relevant information to make a decision is often collected after the need arises, but the delay in gathering this information can cause it to not be available when needed. Data collected after it's needed also may not provide a baseline for comparison and limit the ability to see trends developing. Periodic or continuous data collection can lead to data that is not the most appropriate for the situation or has categories that are too broad or too narrow. What needs to be decided when building a strategic information system is what information should be collected, when should this happen, and how should it be organized and analyzed. It's important to distinguish needs from wants when deciding what to make available to leadership. This can be a challenge because these information requirements may not exist or be unstable. The users may also be unable to specify these requirements. Differences among leaders may result in information to serve the needs of individuals rather than the entire organization. These leaders can sometimes get what they want, but not what the organization needs. Part of the problem in identifying the necessary information is the cognitive limitation that many people are not aware of how they make decisions. Thinking is mostly an unconscious process. People may be aware of the information they saw before they made a decision, but not aware of which information actually influenced them. One recommended method for determining information requirements was developed in 1992 by Gustafsson, Alemi, and Katz-Berial. This methodology was created to overcome weaknesses found in previous approaches. It consists of identifying future issues, the information needed for these, setting information priorities for these issues, and allocating resources for collection and analysis based on these new priorities. The first step is to identify future issues. A panel of outside experts and internal organizational leaders should be assembled to do this. This team will identify and prioritize issues that are likely to be confronted. Various techniques like Delphi or nominal and integrative group processes can be used. Systems analysis, literature review, and observing the environment are also helpful. The end result of this step should be a list of strategic issues with priorities based on their magnitude and likelihood of occurrence. The next step is to develop a taxonomy. The systems analysis team will work with the panel on this. The panel will list what information will significantly assist decision-making. The systems analysis team will work to categorize these items into a distinct and non-redundant list. The third step is to rate the importance of information requirements. A panel of internal organizational leaders will provide insight for this. The purpose of this step is to establish priorities for what information is to be collected and analyzed. It is not feasible to do this for every possible information requirement that may or may not be utilized in the future. The items rated highest across all the issues will be considered most responsive to the organization's needs. The systems analysis team will then devise a plan to collect and analyze data that have been deemed necessary. All items of information should not be collected immediately. The team will attempt to specify how and when information will be collected. A plan should be made to collect the information when it's needed. It's also important to consider which information should or shouldn't be computerized. It's helpful to divide information items into 4 categories when planning for data collection. The highest importance items are placed in the essential information set. These are important to all issues. They have a high average importance and a small range. This information should be collected and analyzed regularly so it can be accessed immediately. The next category is the rapid collection and analysis set, which includes information that is important to most issues. These are only slightly less important than the essential information, but they have a larger range. This information will likely be needed on short notice for some issues, so there needs to be a plan in place to rapidly collect and analyze the data. The periodic information set contains items that are unimportant for most issues, but are vital to a few. This information should not be routinely collected and analyzed, and a detailed plan to access it may not be necessary, but resources need to be allocated for special studies when needed. Low priority items are relatively unimportant and would only be used in rare circumstances. Even when they are used, they should not be crucial to the decision. No planning or preparation is necessary for these items.